Peloton shares plummeting today, down more than 18% after a weak report. In a shareholder letter, CEO Barry McCarthy comparing the company's attempted turnaround to trying to turn a fast-moving cargo ship, saying, quote, "We've sounded the alarm for general quarters. Everyone's at their station." He goes on to say, when the ship will respond is the question. He's hoping for 2023, and he's betting that a partnership with Amazon is going to help get them there. Shares down 93% from their all-time high. And what about some of the other pandemic darlings? Zoom down 86% as they mull a Zoom phone. Zoom phone's actually doing pretty well in efforts to compete with Microsoft. And Meta is down 56% as they try to go all in on the metaverse. Will the pivots work? Let's bring in Duncan Davidson, partner at Bullpen Capital. Let's start with Peloton. Is this Amazon partnership going to cannibalize them or lead them to the land of cash flow?
Well, I think that they're on the right track in their turnaround. You may not know this, but I was on CNBC the day they went public, and I said it's a terrific product, but it's not a tech stock. WeWork wasn't a tech stock either. It never deserved a tech stock type of multiple. Right now, it's probably fairly valued. What do they do, though? What's their reinvention? Their product sales have tanked, but their subscriptions have stayed strong. They have found a core set of customers, call them really serious fitness people, and they should serve that customer base. And that means to move from product sales to the subscription service sales and get as broadly distributed as they can for their service business.
Okay, I guess we'll see if that works. What about Zoom? Arguably, it doesn't have the same inventory challenges, but it's down quite a bit. Is their pivot more possible?
Oh, I think their reinvention, which is a suite of software to do a frontal assault on Microsoft, is a really weak idea. You're not going to beat Microsoft at this game. They could raise price here, lower price there, and go after you. They need a better reinvention. Now, they should be able to figure it out. For example, telepresence, having a video conference feel that's much more immersive than just a talking head and a screen. They need to innovate there. Or maybe they should actually think outside of the box and say, well, we're a real-time video streaming platform. What else could we do with this thing than just try to become another part of the Microsoft universe? Yeah,
they tried to buy Five9. I think their story would be quite different if they were able to double down on the enterprise months ago. Finally, Meta. Is it as bad over there as it looks? Is the metaverse thing going to pan out, or are they really just looking for an ecosystem where they can have more margin and more control?
I think, well, first of all, Meta, I never met an idea I didn't like. This may be the first one. They have a real challenge outside of gaming. There's 3 billion or so gamers, so they could probably make a go of it with gamer. But that's not what Facebook is doing. They are turning the metaverse into a joke. There was a recent article saying that Zuckerberg's eyes, cartoon eyes, are as dead as the metaverse. VR meetings, VR social networks, that seems overkill. You're not going to wear the goggles. People do use the goggles for other things, concert, events, training. We have an investment in a company using the goggles for very complicated molecular manipulation to create pharma drugs. So there are some applications for this, but that's where I don't think that's where this is going to go. I'll give you a story. If you look at the old Apple, when Steve Jobs was there, they had videos in the 80s about iPads, but it took them over 20 years to wait for the technology to be ready to launch the iPad. This is an example of a technology way ahead of the need.
Yeah.
People go on the goggles thinking they're in the Matrix, and they see little cartoon avatars with no legs. It's nuts.
I'm middle-aged now, but I'd rather have a conversation with a 2D real person like you right now than a 3D avatar. What do I need to see an avatar for? I feel like I'm really talking to you, and I enjoy that. Duncan Davidson, thank you.
Take care.